How about you? I'm Hank. Welcome to Hamiltonville Farm. Today we're going to put the front-mounted brush cutter from King Welding and Sons on front of Brutus. Got the box blade from Homestead Implements as ballast. A little bit about this front-mounted brush cutter from King Welding and Fab. They're out of Minnesota. There's their phone. Let me see if I can put their phone number on here. 218-256-9418. These guys don't sponsor us. They don't pay us to make these videos, but it's the reason why I like to try to tell you about this company is it's just a father and son, and they make really good stuff. They're just a really cool small American business, and they do all kind of welding and fabrication like truck beds and winches, and you weld it and fab it. They do it, right? They just also happen to make brush cutters that I got. So anyway, give them a look, give them a call, check out their front mounted brush cutters. Let me take y'all down to the spot where we're actually going to get to working on this thing. This is the area we're going to go look at. First of all, I got to see if it's too wet to actually take my tractor down in here without getting stuck, because there's a spot that I want to go through. I mean, we got tons of this kind of stuff, but it's just kind of see how soft it is. But there's a spot that I want to go to that's a driveway area, and I may end up having to go on the road versus down this way here. So let me just check this out. Yeah, I think it's just a little too wet to bring the tractor down here. So we're going to look at the size of that hole. You guys get a lot of rain in your area. I'm filming this the first week of April. You'll probably see it the last week of April, maybe third or fourth week of April. Y'all been getting a lot of rain where you're at? I know we have. I mean, we had a weekend full of rain. That's never fun, but you can get a lot more done when the ground's dry than you can when wet. That's why I really like watching these videos of these YouTubers that kind of really know what they're doing and all this good stuff. I'm out there here just tinkering, and I appreciate you guys going on the ride with me, you know. Here on the new driveway we just built. And we'll take the road. That's the side we just walked down right there. It's just too wet, all muddy. So we'll stay on the road here and go up through this driveway here in just a second. Here we are. This is what we're going to clean right here. That's where we were walking. The reason I got the box blade on there is for ballast. Let me talk about some pros and cons of this front-mounted brush cutter. Now, I've already went over about like the hydraulics and stuff like that in the first video that I did with this. But one of the big pros that I think is really handy is you don't have to look back, right? Everything's in front of you, and I just feel like it's safer to do it that way, and it's not as much strain on your neck. The brush cutter is made out of heavy-duty steel. It's actually made for skid steers, and you can actually dig these in to kind of push us. If you got stuck, you can dig these in here, and that'll help you push yourself out of the sticky situation. And the good thing about me is I never get stuck, so I don't have to worry about doing that. Oh my goodness, you know. One thing about these brush cutters is you always have to pay attention. You always have to pay attention to what's in front of you, what's behind you. They're dangerous, right? You know, so always paying attention to your surroundings is really important. And it actually takes me back to what my dad told me on his deathbed. My dad was a wise man. And I remember one time he looked me in the eye and he told me, son, there's 3 things I want you to remember the rest of your life, you know, and it's 3 things that I'll take to the grave with me. That's how important they were. He said, son, number 1, if it's got an Adam's apple, it's probably a dude. Number 2, you've got to always be aware of your surroundings. You know, that was important to me, to make sure that I've got situational awareness. And number 3 was that I don't remember number 3, but if I remember in the video, I'll get back to it. But anyway, so those those things are important, you know. So what we're going to do is we're going to pay attention while we cut this stuff. We're going to use this front-mounted brush cutter, and we're going to get to it. Now you have a little button right here that actuates the blades. And again, I talked about the hydraulics in the video. So let's get started. Moving that tree with that brush cutter. You can't do that with a rear mounted brush cutter. That's pretty awesome. Just making this initial pass in your fern. Wow, look at the freaking nasty. So check that tree out here. Let's get out. Let me make a couple make some more room for this, and then we'll go back out here and talk about this. You have to really keep your head on a swivel. Man, it smells pretty good out here too. But look at the path I just cut, right? So that's what a good job it does. And then I'll turn around and come back out this way too. This is a power line easement for the power company. So that's why we're kind of keeping this maintained for those guys. I know they come and do it about once a year or something, but you know, we try to be good stewards of the property, all that stuff. And then, so look at this tree. So what I'm going to try to do is, I'm going to try to push it out of the way with my brush cutter. And we'll see if I can. Look, you can see the root ball down there. Shows if that shows up. But I'm going to see if I can push it out of the way with this extra heavy duty King Welding and Fab front mounted brush cutter. Let's see, it doesn't look like it goes too far here. All right, let's try it. Oh, look at that. That's crazy. Golly. Let's see if I back up. Can you see that root ball over there? That thing just turned that root ball over. That's crazy. Man, that's strong, dude. Now let's see if it still works. Oh yeah. Wow, that's impressive. Nicely done. You can go up to debris and stuff and kind of sweep it down to kind of clean it up. Now I gotta turn this bad boy around here. Kind of a sweep and really gets things clean. Kind of raise up and then just kind of sweep down onto it. I gotta be careful, there's a line right there. See that? Daggone power line right there. Sound like I got a vine or something in there. This thing right here is doing it to it now. Come up here and sweep this while. So I've got it forward. Just easily come down on it. That takes care of that brush. I don't know what this rated up to. Maybe 2 inches, maybe 3 inches. That's probably an inch and a half yoke on. Coming to this easy stuff here. Remember just a couple of seconds ago I said, sound like I got hold of something, and look. Got hold of some old wire. I'm not sure that's the same wire that was hanging down there because it looks like it's still hanging down. So I think I don't have that one, but there's definitely, maybe that's an old phone. No, yeah, it might be an old phone cable. What is it? Some of you guys may know. That's a red, let's say an orange, blue, white. Orange, blue, white. What kind of, is that a phone cable? What is that? Got the handy dandy pocket knife here. I'll get that out. I have to just spend my time untying it, mightn't I? Let me lower that a little bit. You'll see a little better in there. Make sure you're not ever standing directly underneath this type of stuff, in case that decides to give way on you. Yeah, I guess I'm just going to cut it out. Maybe. Big old chunks. All right, nice and clean. That might be a little too thick. Yeah, it's a big old tree. But let me see if I can push it out of the way. I pushed it back in my way. That wasn't smart. tree that we just pushed over. There's the root ball. Looks like might be a poplar. I think the power line guys can come up here now. What do you think? That's probably 8 foot wide. Go there, now they can access that pole way back there in the back. Yeah, they can access this pretty easy, I think. So anytime I start doing stuff like this around power lines or something, am I the only ones that sing, I am a lineman for the county? All right, I'll spare you the singing. But them linemen, they're hard workers, especially in the inclement weather. We appreciate what they do for sure. Yeah, there's different techniques and things you can use, you know, as far as like a sweeping or keep it on the ground or all kind of other techniques that you can use to get this the way you want it. But for now, I think it works great. The guys can come up here, they can access that from the road and not have to worry about it if they have to do some type of repair to the power line. All right, let me set this box blade down before somebody says, can't believe you got off the tractor and left your box blade up there, your implement up there. That is safe to let it down though. Let's see here. Definitely safer to put it down, right? Hey, I appreciate you guys watching. Here's the video I did of my initial impressions of the front mounted brush cutter. Go check that out. I think you'll dig it. You guys take care. God bless.